conversation before we meet with our attorneys on Monday.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about who gets what.
You don't get anything. I get the house, I get the kids. You don't even work.
Okay, well, you can support us still. You're the one that screwed this marriage over.
No. I'm not supporting anything. You're the one who made me unhappy and pushed me to cheat. So why am I going to be the one that's punished here? I didn't have to cheat. I didn't really want to cheat, but you just kind of forced me into it. I mean,
what? That's ridiculous.
No. You don't have a say in this. It's my house. I pay for it. It's in my name. I take care of the kids. I pay for all what the kids have. No.
You can't leave me with nothing after you're the one that cheated on me and ruined our family.
That's not my problem. You should have had a job. You should have had a nest egg or some sort of money set aside. Did you really think that, like, our marriage was going to last forever? You're just going to mooch off of me your entire life?
I mean...
Why do you think I cheated? I want to be with somebody that has a job and that can actually support themselves.
You
not have
forced me to stay
on me.
home.
No, I did not. I left that decision up to you, and you chose it. I thought that you would be smart enough to stay and work at least part-time and give yourself some freaking money.
I make all the money. If you want to decide what happens in this house, then pay for something. Oh, right. You don't have a fucking job.
Are we gonna say it is getting crazy? Because this stay-at-home mama, they have speaking hour. When the men are the one making the stay-at-home mom feeling uncomfortable, it is getting crazy. That's what I say. It is getting crazy. Welcome back. Let's jump right into this one. But before we go ahead, please do not forget to subscribe. If you haven't already, thank you to all my return subscribers. I really appreciate you. Let's just sit down and watch this video. Because this stay-home mom now, they are speaking louder that they are not being appreciated anymore. But what do y'all think? What do you guys think? Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity. This is the time for us just to take a step back, sit down, and analyze this together. When this stay-home mom, they have been insulted by their husband, when this stay-home mom are being insulted by their partner, I believe it's pushing this stay-at-home mom to another level, and they are just using their platform to say, oh, how. Let's go watch it, then we had more commentary.
It looks like you haven't been working because the house is all dirty. The dishes are still out. How about you go clean them, because it's your job?
Those are your dishes.
I don't care. It's your job.
It's not my job. I'm your wife.
The woman.
Ever since we've gotten married, why have you started acting like this?
You are the woman. It's your job. You know what? I'm gonna go find another woman, all right?
Go
ahead.
ahead.
It doesn't even matter.
Go ahead. I don't care.
I'd
rather be with someone that does 50-50 and doesn't think
I'll
women...
go get someone that does her job.
Okay, good. You go find someone. Good luck. Good
luck
luck finding someone that's going to put up with your bull.
It's not bull. Now get up. I'll make you do the dishes.
No,
How about that?
Making you do anything.
How about you get up
away
and
from
go
me,
get
Tom.
the dishes?
Don't touch me.
Get up.
No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to do anything. Back away from me. I'm serious.
Your job.
It's not my job.
Then get out of my house.
Okay, I will.
What happens to the stay-at-home girlfriend after a breakup? Nothing. They get nothing. They're entitled to nothing. The only thing they get is a reality check. And the next thing they need to get is a job.
Her story is a cautionary tale of the inherent risk involved when you decide to become a stay-at-home mom, when you decide to become financially reliant on your partner. And I want to say, I know that for many families, there is no choice, right? Women are being forced out of the workforce due to the cost of childcare. Not everyone has the choice of whether or not they can remain in the workforce or not. But when a woman decides to become a stay-at-home parent or is forced to become a stay-at-home parent, there is inherent risk, right? She's sharing her experience of this toxic, awful marriage and her partner who is truly failing her and her children in so many ways. And oftentimes when women share this experience, people will say, well, why didn't you leave? How come you didn't leave? Why did you stick around? If it was so bad, you've been together for 12 years, why did you stay? And she shares that the reason she stayed is because she simply did not have the means to leave. She could not financially afford to leave, because this is what so many people find themselves in, right? Even if they do have a job, if they're going to leave, they need to pay for their own housing. They need to pay for childcare. They now need to do everything on their own financially. Or if they don't have a job, now they're in this place where they need to find a job. They need to find a job and housing and the money to be able to afford childcare so they can have the job. But without childcare, you can't get a job. And without a job, you can't get childcare. So what are they to do? Right? They don't have the means to leave. And there's this weird assumption that women can just leave and they'll have the family support or friend support or support of a community. And that's just not the case for so many women. And her story really is a cautionary tale, because when we enter into marriage, ever. Every time you enter into marriage as a woman, there's inherent risk involved, right? Marriage isn't always good for women. We know that women are the ones who are financially punished for having children, for being married. And so entering into marriage is just risky in general. But when you enter into marriage and then you become a stay-at-home parent, there's more risk involved financially, right? And it is really detrimental to women who are specifically in these toxic relationships because they can't get out. And that's a really, really difficult place to be. And so when women like this share their stories, I think it's important to heed their caution, right? Like understand what they're telling us, listen to them, and plan accordingly. If you are a stay-at-home parent, that is by no means the wrong choice. Like I support anybody who wants to stay home with their children. I think that's amazing. But I do think there needs to be a level of financial security. You need to have access to your own money, your own savings. You need to be able to financially support yourself should you need to. I think it's really important to keep a foot in the door if you can with a career, if you ever had one, or if you think you might go back. That way you can re-enter the workforce to support you and your children. I think there are so many things to learn from stories like this. And this is not to discourage women from being stay-at-home parents. It's to equip you with the information you need to make sure that if ever you find yourself in a situation like this, you are able to support yourself and your children and put yourself in a place that is not toxic, right? And is good for you all, because unfortunately this woman has been in this relationship that is not only detrimental to her, but also to her children.
Y'all want to know the scariest thing, and it's happening to me now, is being a female, married. I'm 37. I have 2 kids. They're 5 and 7. And I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 10 plus years. I have no income. I have no money. I use my husband's credit card and I use my husband's money. And 2 weeks ago, he told me that he wants to move forward with divorce. Today, I literally, like, I use an American Express credit card for everything. It's got my name on it, but obviously he pays the bill. He told me he's gonna cut it off. And I gotta, like, move all the automatic payments and stop using it. And he said, you need to start using your own card now. What card? I don't have a card. That is my card. Terrifying. I mean, I feel like a little girl who needs their mommy because I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't, like, it's just terrifying. Terrifying.
Years ago, a friend of mine was in a relationship with a man that she was completely enamored with. And she was so happy when he told her that he was going to get an apartment for her, furnish the apartment, take care of all of her needs. So their relationship went on for about a year. She was very happy with it until the day came that she decided to go on vacation. She went home, went to visit some family and friends. When she got back in town, the locks on the apartment were changed. He had met another woman and he used her time out of town to move this other woman in and left her basically with the things that she left town with and nothing else. God bless the girl who has her own, and God bless the girl who does not give up her life for not a real commitment.
So, my husband, every time I talk to him about anything that he doesn't want to hear, or he tells me shut the fuck up. I am so sick of it. I have told him a million times. Yeah, I just got my lashes done. I cried at him. It's not even been 24 hours, so it's great. But regardless, I told him before, numerous times, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna deal with it. Today, I'm done dealing with it. Like, he left the dog out, gate open, and all I did was say, oh, like, why is the dog out? Why is the gate open? I didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've been in the basement since you got home from work, like, cleaning. Of course, you're watching TV, not helping or whatever. Can't ever say he did anything wrong and tells me to shut the fuck up. I'm done. I will shut the fuck up forever with him.
I've never hated another person more than I hate the person that I married.
Well, I run my ass off and I do everything for everybody in my life, like me, my kids, him. He goes to work and works enough. That's it. He works.
Who has been a stay-at-home girlfriend for 3 years
it's not the life you want. And when I say stay-at-home wife, mom, girlfriend, whatever, I mean you are relying solely on your partner's income. But I saw a quote a long time ago, and I wish I listened to it. If you give a man the power to feed you, he also has the power to starve you. But when I tell you there was no amount of gifts, trips, nothing truly made me happy. And honestly, I convinced all of you that I was living the life. I feel like that's what a lot of women do. They try to convince themselves and everybody else that they're enjoying their life of not having anything for themselves. I was showing you guys this nice apartment, my daily Target runs, you know, I was going crazy every single day. And there is a lawyer on TikTok, but she said the divorce rate with stay-at-home moms and wives is very high. It's kind of the same story every time on why they're filing for divorce. You know, the man says, you don't have to work, just stay with me. All you gotta do is take care of the family. To a lot of you guys, that would be music to your ears. If he is paying for your whole life and you don't have any income at all, there will start to be a resentment. I'm just glad I was young. I didn't have any kids. I was not married. I was able to start my life before I wasted more years just staying in the house. Being in a relationship where you know you will have nothing when you leave, or if this person ever leaves, that's not gonna feel good, you know? And also something else I didn't like about having my life completely funded, you kind of have to let them do whatever they want. Like, go about things differently and tolerate a lot of BS because your life is on the line. And as delusional as I was, I knew that I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Once you add kids into the equation, you're probably never gonna leave. Because once you pop out that kid, that's when you really sign a death contract. Like, you can't go back now. Because if you leave, not only do you have to fend for yourself, you have to fend for an innocent life too. So you're definitely not leaving if you have no income. I ain't doing no wrestling. Getting back into the workforce is not easy. Go ahead and do your research. And I'm pretty sure you're thinking, oh, I could just get alimony. That's like a unicorn. Do you know how much money that man makes? Did you make him sign a prenup? Because you will get comfortable staying at home, not doing shit. And then before you know it, 10 years passes by, you got kids, your husband's cheating on you with a younger woman. Are you gonna stay, or are you gonna take your kids, get a divorce, get a job? Staying home and taking care of the kids and the house, I think that's outdated. We're in a different time now. I do believe a man should provide, but I do believe that you should have your own income too. I'm just gonna be real. I think all men cheat, especially if they have money. They have access to hundreds of women that look better than you. That might be controversial, but it's the truth. So I don't think that putting your whole life into a man's hands is a good idea right now. I'm just being real, and I'm just trying to look out for the young women who are planning their whole lives around being a stay-at-home wife. And I hope that there are some stay-at-home wives, moms, girlfriends watching this. I hope you guys can put your pride aside and back me up in the comments and tell them I'm right. Anyways, I hope you guys listen to me, even though you probably won't.
Men will stay in the unhappiest of unhappy marriages so long as that marriage continues to be convenient for him. But men in seemingly happy marriages will leave very quickly, like if she gets sick. I want to read you some comments from a thread on one of my videos. I married the nicest, most caring, chivalrous man I'd ever met. Left me penniless because I got cancer. I can't be with a sick person, he said. I met the kindest, nicest man ever, and then when I was in the hospital, he left me, no contact, and I got a letter in the mail 3 months later saying, I love you, but I've decided to divorce you. Something about how my health issues were too much for him to handle. I've been abandoned postpartum because I'm having trouble keeping up with chores. Mine divorced me when I got sick too. My paychecks dried up. I wasn't useful anymore. 15 years of that facade. I got abandoned for a spinal injury. I believed he was my best friend. We'd been together for well over a decade. Mine was horrible, life-altering, 10-month-long depression. Married 35 years, got diagnosed with lupus 5 years ago. He left last year. Mine left when I was getting chemo because he didn't feel loved. When I was in grade school, my teacher got pancreatic cancer and had a special needs son. The husband left her for a mistress during treatment. My auntie stayed with her cheating husband while he was sick and took care of him. The moment he got better, he left her and their child. 11 years, 3 living children, and 1 who passed. I had a vestibular disorder and refused to go gamble and to bars, so he cheated. He asked me to stay somewhere else to recover for my hysterectomy due to cancer because it was negative to be around me recovering from cancer and surgery. You need to understand that when men take those vows of in sickness and health, they mean their sickness and your good health.
Now we see why we are having the boss ladies. This new generation right now, we are having so many boss ladies, boss mom, boss women compared to our mothers and our grandmothers' generations. Now we see why. Because if it is the husband, if it is the spouse making their spouses uncomfortable just because they decided, or maybe both partners they agreed that one should be a stay home and one should go out there. You know what I mean? So now we see that because of stories like this, that's why we are having so many women want to have their own money, not just to just for them to feel like, okay, they want to buy a little thing, just like one of the creators. And we are going to say credit to the creators, because for them to record this out, for other mothers to learn, for other women to learn from it, it takes some courage. It takes some courage for these women to come out to say, yes, they do not have a job, to say, yes, they depend on their husband, on their spouses, before they can buy a pad, before they can buy something that is essential for their health. So I am going to say thank you for them coming out, because I believe the women can learn from it. Even if you're not contributing to the house, but the fact that you are working to take care of yourself, it's a big achievement. It's a big achievement. And that's what I said. Now that's why we are having the boss ladies, the CEOs that you are going to see, executive CEO, and it's a woman. Because nowadays, the men, I think they are not appreciating, not all of them, let's be fair, not all. Some of them, they are not appreciating the women staying home. That's why they say, what do you bring to the table? And some women are saying, she is the table. But now, I believe the women are just be like, okay, I gotta show that I am the table and I bring more than that. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Let's go down there in the comment section. What is going on? This stay home thing, it's not new. Our mothers, our grandmothers, they have done it before. And according to, not that it was 100% success, because if we give our mamas, our grandmamas the platform to speak, they are going to have something to say. For sure, they are going to have something to say. I would say maybe it's because of this internet thing that we are get to know a lot of these stories about the stay-home mom. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Go down there in the comment section, how you're coming. Let's learn from each other. Let's learn from each other. It is time for women to be empowered. Women empowerment, it is going viral right now, and I think it is what for us to notice. I am gonna see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do not forget to subscribe. Once again, credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity. I will catch up with you guys in the next.